Maloma la malia ho eki pe he foki ki he tonga mo vulang kotoa mo mea mai ki he polkalama ko ia ai TWN i he whiawhini. Pea o ko whakahok whatongia tu me he whareni, pea mo Emeline wha umuni dei. Pea ko he aho tawhitueni o February, wa whi maua. Pea o mau whiawhia ke tarita lere a ki mo toru i he whiawhini. Ko ia ai te u tuku a te miniko ni, kia Emeline ke ni whakahoko atu e tau porokarama hoko, o matoki hoko atu, malo.
Malala malia Hawaii pe alele Tonga kota mo me ma ke fiafi doble lul koni ka tau proklama koni e fiafini de dau hoko atu ai pe I he tala noa koe ki tau moilele ai koe health is wealth and I know koe tau guess he fiafini ko Lynn, I am going to bring you into the screen here. What happened with the camera, Lynn? We can't see you. But then, can you hear us, Lynn? Lynn Khnor is a friend of mine, entrepreneur friend of mine, who also introduced to us the Idera Care. But before Lynn will say something, she's a chemical engineer. But before we have something for you to say anything, Lynn, let me play that video that we talked about before we even
Sure.
talk about the health tonight.
Okay.
Presently,
Give me a minute.
health crisis.
Mm.
Including the top 10 health killers. World statistics shows that 54% of the population is facing deadly consequences from these diseases. The reason why people are suffering from chronic diseases is because diseases are becoming harder to be treated with radical treatment, and it can only be alleviated or controlled with medication. People start to pay attention to eating habits, daily exercise, and consumed various health products when they face such diseases. Most of the time, it's already too late, especially in environments that are unhealthy and polluted. When patients are suffering from these diseases, it inflicts tremendous stress, pain, and sufferings on their families or siblings, saying, therefore, we must search for the best alternative solutions to resume a normal and healthy life. All efforts should be focused on the most basic issue of a human body, cells. The core cause of most diseases is linked to cell deficiencies. Collapse of body function is caused by a weak immune system, clogged blood vessels, damaged and mutated cells, and etc. All of these are the root of serious diseases. Presenting iTerra Care Therapy Device, a product to the new era in health wellness. The iTerra Care terahertz wave frequency is found between far infrared and microwave, with a wavelength between 30 and 3,000 microns, which is the same wavelength absorbed by human cells. When cells are irradiated by terahertz frequency, it rapidly enhances energy into the human and activate inert cells. Its radiant energy is only 1/4 of sunlight and 1,000th of a mobile phone frequency. Research shows that it is completely safe for the human body absorption. The penetration of the terahertz frequency is able to reach 20 to 30 centimeters under the skin, internal organs, and bone marrow, constantly unclogging and cleansing the blood vessels and lymph in the body. Thus, simultaneously improves microcirculation, reduces coldness, reducing tumor, skin nourishment, repairs unhealthy, damaged tissues, remove necrosis, healing of internal organs, and further strengthening the cells. The principal treatment of iTerra Care is to unclog capillaries to enhance the body and cells to function healthily. iTerra Care Therapy Device integrates 3 top technologies: terahertz, quantum, and optical quartzes. The crystal energy tube is its core component, is casted together with more than 100 trace elements. iTerra Care device certification is stringent tested, inspected and certified by China Beijing Academy of Science and National Intellectual Property Right and Patent Certification and other authoritative organizations related to the device. The iTerra Care therapy device intelligently identifies healthy and bad cells. Good cells will pass through the device's consistent frequency and temperature, and bad cells will be liquefied by the heat, which will be expelled from the body through sweat, urinary, and defecation. With preventative and protective functions against human diseases, iTerra Care therapy device is a very effective treatment for 3 major sub-health problems: inflammations, skin disorders, and clogging. The 10 major advantages of the iTerracare therapy device. Number 1. The 8 extraordinary vessels of the body. Number 2. Pass through the 12 main channels of the body. Number 3. Scrape the toxic and harmful substances from the body. Number 4. Remove superfluous things that are not part of the body. Number 5. Find potential diseases using a scanning function. Number 6. Unclog channels and stasis in the body. Number 7. Detoxification. Number 8. Regulate internal organs and immunity system. Number 9. Replenish the body with Yang Aura energy. Number 10. Repairs damaged cells and tissues. Prife International has a strong, positive, and experienced management team that is focused and committed to promote and educate terahertz technology therapy worldwide. Prife International has an impressive development foundation and a 10-year comprehensive market development blueprint. With the rapid demands in the health industry worldwide, terahertz technology and its products will be of value and recognized by more people and supported by reputable health institutions. Prife International is motivated to bring health and wellness to more people worldwide by improving their health awareness, knowledge, and protection against diseases. Restore your precious health with iTerracare therapy device. Live wealthy with health. Let us create the true wonders of terahertz in life together. Achieve the prime of your life.
Hello, Lynn.
Hello.
There you go, Lynn.
How are you guys? How are you, ladies?
We're good, thank you.
We're
Lynn,
good. We're
I
really
know
good.
tonight's topic we want to talk about health is wealth. There's a quote here that I wanted to read. This it's health is like a money. We never have a true idea of its value until we lose it. Huh? So until we lose
Yes.
the health, that's when we know there's so much value into that. So
Right.
and I know this is not the first time you join us, but help us to understand more this and any testimony that you have on this little iTerracare. So for me, I'm using it. It's like I'm carrying my doctor with me everywhere I go. And one thing I love about it because it's so light to put in my purse or carry with me. I think especially those who love travel and like Brenda, I know this uh, is amazing. But I think before you go in, Lynn, maybe let's ask Brenda to share some testimony. But before she said the testimony, maybe Lynn, you can come out and say some. Put out some disclaimer there before we even talk about this.
Yeah, we want to say that nothing cures. Actually, we are not here to tell you that this device will cure anything. It does not. What it is that it provides the natural sunlight and the sunshine that the body needs with that frequency that the body actually can identify with, which is absorbed, and also the cells vibrate at that frequency, which is a terahertz frequency. And so it's very, very natural. And if you can Google terahertz wavelength, you will know that the first thing that you will see in every things that you search is a non-ionizing, which is the best thing of all, meaning that it doesn't cause a cell damage in any way at all. And you've seen in the video when it introduced it, it's very the penetration is actually deep. And then so what I usually when I tell people is that give your body a chance, because body heals. Okay,
Yes,
just like when you have a cold, what actually gets you over the cold without even taking any medication? Your immunity, right? You have a
right.
cut on your hands. What heals? Where the scars, the blood would clog, and then you form a little something, and then the scar will come. Your skin would actually smooth over, right? So what heals it?
Right.
Your body. You didn't do anything, not the band-aid, not the any cream that you put in there. So we just want to do a disclaimer to say that this is something that when you subject your body to, because it's frequency, that you increase the body's healing power. And so then whatever that your body get yourself into, say with any kind of illnesses, over time the body can get you out of that. by having this, by subject your body to this frequency. So we're not here to say this thing will cure anything, because there's no such thing, but the body actually can heal if you provide the body what body needs, which
Yes.
is the natural thing like sunshine and sunlight.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Hmm.
And you know, Lynn, why I always believe the body heals itself? Because the body designed by a master plan, somebody that is not a human being, somebody
Right.
like, we refer to as God. And that's why I always believe, the body heals itself, because we're not the master plan of this body. It was God who created this body, and He designed this body in a perfect way that it will, heal itself. So,
Right.
but we wanted to see what Brenda has on this one when she tried this. If she had, share any testimony with us, Brenda. I think you need to unmute yourself, Brenda.
Hi, Lynn. Welcome.
Hi. Thank
Yeah, for
you.
tonight's show. I'm a very picky eater. In my food intake, I'm always very careful about what I eat in my intake. But because I have sugar, I don't know why I got it. If I was this picky and very careful what I eat, you know, but when I got it, now I believe that it's the genes of whichever my mother or father's side of the family that have this. And and so I'm very careful in trying to research out what really is the best scenario for me as far as my health is concerned, because this sugar, there is nothing compared to it. You know, one day you're up and around, and one day you're flat on your bed, you know, and one day your sugar is up, and one day you're down, your sugar is down. And then you have to, when your sugar is low, you're clamping around the kitchen for whatever you can find just to make your sugar balance, you know. So right through that rough period, I've been searching for some. I lessen taking in these sugar tablets. I take it once a day, just trying to figure out where my body would feel healthy. But the good thing about it is the walk. I used to walk and everything, right? Walk in every morning until when Lena was talking about the Terra machine. She didn't really talk about it before. No, only when you called her, that she brought that light to me. You know, when you called her that you gonna send her the machine, then she
Yeah.
talked about this little machine that just like a little blow dryer, right?
Hmm.
And then she was telling me about how it charged the water,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
I was waiting for her to say something about a pill, okay, or a different pill, right? That goes with no, it's just that. So I listened, but I ignored it to the side because I'm already conditioned to. I think these sugar tablets just kind of conditioned me to not wanting any more anything, right? And so, but I notice there's a change in her as we move along with the program. She's just, very enthused and very energetic. And here I am. I I'm not right, and I would drive in my car and shop and just do things by myself, right? Because I'm still trying to study more about this sugar thing, right? I sometimes I'm scared, but I don't want to share it, right? But the thing that keeps me going is the fact that I'm praying, and in my prayers I ask the Lord to help me find what is good for me. And I don't want to go too early, go back to die and not know what I'm dying from, right? Because they don't know no cure for the sugar diabetes, right? But because I'm type 2, right? So they
Yeah.
said is type 2 is mostly that you have to concentrate on your food intake, how much, and you stay away
What
from
type?
what
Mm-hmm.
type and all that. So, but I listen to Lynn's little everyday output. She doesn't always remember it, but I do. It just cut right through my right ear and left ear, and but I need. So finally, she said, "Why don't you meet me somewhere and I will just show you the little machine." We have a business meeting on this one morning. She brought the machine. I was sold right when I saw it. What she did was charge my water first thing, and then give it a minute, a pause or two. Then we both took, she took one glass, I took one glass. Was at the restaurant. We were comfortable. We had our own couch, our plugins on all our, computers are on, and so is this little machine. And and she said, "Put up your feet." So on a ottoman, I put my feet up, and she just running the little machine under my foot. It was a different feeling. And the water, I took it first. It was a different taste of the water that I've never had before.
Mm-hmm.
I love water, and water, I live on water. I could drink any juice, milk, whatever, whatever. But this beverage, this water, is not a beverage. It's just water.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was thinking when she charged it, and she talked about frequency and stuff, right? I thought I'm gonna have some frequency wired up in my mouth you know, if I were to drink it, right? But it has a very
Yes.
lighter than water taste.
Mm-hmm.
That's and kind of silky in my throat and just go right out. And I know it is from that day, I feel really kind of, it's just a jump start on my body and all,
Mm.
in my mind and all that. That's how I felt. Like something is there, but I don't know what it is. So now I have my machine. You tell the difference. I don't wear makeup anymore. I don't wear
Mm.
makeup
Oh,
anymore.
really? Wow.
The lipstick I do, and my eyebrow, that's the two. That doesn't count, you know. But my skin, it's just, it is. You see, you know, my facial, my neck, my hand is the color of my face. And that's
Nice.
the natural
The
beauty,
natural hue. Uh-huh.
natural me that God gave, that I wished I would have it back, right?
Mm.
And I think I'm going to turn 16 in a month.
Ah, wow.
You know, you can just see this is my
Yes.
natural me, and I
Right.
have no makeup on. Sometimes I do, but I don't need it if I'm back to, and I'm 70. Do you know that? I just
Wow.
turned 70.
Yes, you just turned 70 last month. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
And I,
I really can tell, Lynn, because
Yeah.
uh, the difference, okay,
Mm-hmm.
of before and now when she used
The
the
blower.
machine.
Uh-huh.
That data, yeah.
Yeah. The back you mentioned something about the water being light. So if you use the blower on the water because water is leaving, what happened is the water actually will actually line up in one line. So it's kind of like having a line of people getting through the door. It's easier than everybody trying to get into the door at the same time, right? So when the
Right.
water molecule is in macro cluster like that, it's hard for it to, when we drink it, to get into cells. But when you use the machine on the water line up like one line. And it's so much easier, so light when you drink it, it goes in right away. And that actually makes the viscosity 680 times less than regular water. And so anyone that drinks it, you go like, it seems so light and easy to drink, right? And then the hydration happens very quickly. And that is the beauty of this water when you subject it to this terahertz frequency.
Yeah.
And yeah, so anyone that's drinking, most of them can pick up the taste. And if you do a test with the wine, let's say you take 2 glasses of wine, you put them same glasses, same wine, same amount, and you only use 1 glass, and you only blow 20 seconds to 1 glass, but you leave the other one there as a control. And then after 20 seconds, you can try to taste both glasses. And the one that you blow with the blower, they will tell you it tastes smoother. I'm not a drinker, so I cannot tell you what smooth means, but that means it's great. It's good wine. So if you want to do a little show and tell, that would be a great one for people who drinks wine.
Wow.
Yeah, try that. And I have my friends try. Oh, one guy would just say, "Man, that's." He only did it for 15 seconds. He said, "Man, that was good." I said there was somebody online that teaching somebody to say the title is "How do you turn your $6 bottle of wine into $168 bottle." A dollar a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, because I know the trick. You just blow it with a Terracare blower. Yeah.
Yeah. And and I'm just to make it short here because testimony should just straight out, right? My whole system. I was cutting my toenails 2 days ago and accidentally went into the corner, the corner of my nail, and I pull it out, and there was little bleeding coming out, right? And sometimes the corner hurts, right, for a couple of days. So I thought, I don't care. I think I'm just going to, when I shower, I'll just make sure it's scrubbed, put little drop of the water in that little corner. I didn't see anything this morning when I woke up. I thought, oh my goodness, what's going on here? But, and so my hair, right? My hair, I got some spots that it's white, right? I don't color my hair color, but I would put, what do you call it? Highlight. I would highlight it if I were to go somewhere. Because I don't really like that dyeing thing in my hair next to my skull and scalp, and I just don't like that feeling. But my hair is starting to just, there's no white anymore.
Oh,
1 week.
Wow.
I mean,
that is so cool.
So I'm leaving it alone. I kept asking Lynn, let's your hair is so beautiful, but let's go do something about your white part over here. Lynn said no, because some is going eventually turning black.
Right.
She didn't know. I didn't share to her my hair. I wanted to be turning black in eventually, and then we will both be happy that we had this. But anyways, that was it. But I'm happy. I'm happy like a bird.
That's good. And talking about hair, my mom, actually she's in Malaysia. When she was my age right now, about 57, I'm turning 58 this year, and she had a stroke. And she's 82 right now. And so she is in a wheelchair and all that. And of course, over the years, her hair turned gray. And of course, she didn't want to dye her hair and whatnot. And then I got her a blower with the iTerra Care blower October last year. After I tested it and I say, mom can really use one. Everything that I do is always, something to do with
Let
her,
her
just to
know.
see how
Yeah.
I can help her better and things like that, for the fact that I'm so far away, thousands of miles away. And so she had a maid that takes care of her. So I got one. I think it was like mid of October last year. And then I told the maid, at least do it 3 times a day, and then each time 10 to 15 minutes everywhere, right? And then I was doing Zoom, not Zoom, the on WhatsApp, video
WhatsApp
chat with my
was
mom, just
talking.
to see,
Yeah.
right, from time to time. And then you will see her hair turn black. Her whole
Oh.
hair was completely white. It started having a little hair black and a little black and a little black. And later we saw, like, my brother say, "Man, her black hair is more than her gray hair now." Yeah, that's my mom. And her memory is like, totally unaffected even at this age after the stroke and everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it was wonderful to see her like that. Yeah.
I want to read out
Yes,
this. This is
yes. Go
from
ahead.
a guest. Yeah.
Yes,
This is from a guest, and they're listening to our show.
yes.
Okay.
It's a Facebook user. It says, I love this program. This great forward looking for TWN to share this type of program for Tongan nationals and the world.
Nice.
Lynn, your guest was good in explaining the video the video program. Thank you for sharing this great program. TWN, Emeline Elfa Umu New Day, and Brenda Ekongaika.
And guess
Nice.
So
who's that one? That's Lifey.
yeah, that's Lifey. Lifey, we love you.
That's
Love
from
you.
Salt Lake
Thank
City.
you.
You're
Come on,
gonna pick
Lifey.
anyone, yeah,
You'll
one
be
of
a
these
film
people.
star when you
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
Lynn, you said something about testing the machine before you give it to your mom, and people might don't know your background, and I know you are a chemical engineer. When it comes to anything, you love to take them apart and look at it before you. So you have,
Sure.
I know you did your homework when it comes to this little
Right.
Yeah.
blower. So explain
Hmm.
it to the people how you come about, let's say, approving and endorsing this for yourself, and then you share it.
Yeah, I have the pharmaceutical industry background, because that's where I worked for many years making medications, and I know firsthand what medications do to people. It's a great thing because it controls people's symptoms so you can get on your life, but then for long-term health, that's really not a good choice, because all medications have side effects. And we in the industry, we do not study drug-to-drug interactions for clinical study because it's impossible to do, right? You won't know when you develop a product what kind of drugs that a patient would take that could have interaction with your drug, right? There's no way you could study that. But then if you look around in America, when you have one medication, most of the time you ended up 2 or 3 or 4 over time, right? And so drug and drug interactions is actually a big problem, because every drug that you take, your kidneys and your livers especially, they're impacted. And then not just that, the whole body over time that will be impacted as well. And so so it was very hard for me at that time, just to hope that no one would take things that I make, right, at the
Yeah, that's
company.
true. You'd feel
Right.
yeah,
Right.
subconscious.
Right. So, I mean, medications are needed if you have a little, accident, or you have things like that, for short-term use to help you gain back your strength and everything. But for long-term, like months after months and after years, I mean, that's really, really not a good option to regain health, because most of the time you will not regain health at all. And then so anything to do with health to me is like the most important thing, because I lost my father when he was only 62 on a heart attack. Now, anyone that had a heart attack that passed away, they always think they're healthy until the day they had a heart attack. right? And so my father just went like that at lunchtime in front of my mom. And my mom, like I said earlier, she had a stroke when she was only 57. And she's been in a wheelchair for how many years now, right? Her life completely changed. And so to me at that time, I realized when my mom had the stroke, I was kind of, wow, you know, kind of early, right? I mean, and then when my father went like that, I look at myself, I say, what's my gene, right? You know, Brenda, you talking about genetic and all that. I go, man, I really have bad genes, right? And so I really had to pay attention to myself. And when my father passed, my father was 24 years older than me. Both my parents were same age, and they had me when I was when they were 24. And so I look around and I go, wow. I mean, so that's when I started to evaluate my own lifestyle. At that time, early 40s, whatnot, actually, when my father died, I was only 38. And I wasn't as healthy as I am today because having a full-time job and I have 3 kids, I had my son at that time. He was only 6 months old when my father passed away. And I didn't have enough sleep and my work was crazy. And it was like to a point where your stress level was so high and my triglyceride was really high, meaning my blood, the fat in my blood was high. And I went to have a regular checkup and the doctor was telling me, whoa, you need to watch this, like that. I sat in the car thinking, what happened to me, right? And then so all that stuff. And then that's when I realized stress plus everything else that happened. And I went to a doctor. I went to go see my doctor and I said, I am so stressed to a point that I would like to have some kind of test done on me that maybe could tell me if what is wrong with me. And the guy was an Indian doctor, and then he was questioning me. He said, "Oh, let me ask you a few questions. Say, okay, you have a job, full-time job, and you have 3 kids and all that stuff. And then you doing what? Your exercise, all that." And he said, "Don't you think you do a lot?" And he said, let's make a deal, okay? So for the next 3 months, what you do is you give a little time for yourself and just go sit in the car, do something, 15 minutes, and then just kind of like de-stress for yourself, do nothing else for anybody. Just just to sit there to kind of like breathe a little better, or, for 15 minutes every day for 3 months, and then see how you feel, and then come back and see me. If you really need something, then I'll give you medications. And I was like, okay, if I could take just some medications to maybe like make me not that stressful, I would take that. You see what I mean? I was desperate. And then so I said, okay. So I went there hoping he would help me somehow, right? Get rid of my stress, right? But who can get rid of your stress? Only you can, right?
You can, right?
And then so I said, okay. So I would, middle of the day, like 3 o'clock something, when your head is pounding and all that stuff, I would take a break and go to my car and sit there and just do nothing but breathe, for 3 months. And after that, I started feeling different, so you have a different perspective of life to say, okay, and because somehow I was worried about my parents' fate fall on me, right? Without me actually knowing it. And then kind of you getting the age where you are going over 40, right? And then you have a newborn son and you have 2 other older kids, and then you're running back and forth. I mean, daycare, school, and you just had too much and you forgot to take care of yourself. You don't have time for yourself. And as women, as mother, we always have that issues. We always try to take care of others and we forgot to take care of ourselves. So I didn't have time for me, so there's no me time. And to a point, the doctor said, well, why don't you just sit in the car, right? For 15 minutes, just you doing nothing. You go to work, you work for your company, you come home, you take care of your kids, and then you cook, you clean, you do everything. What is your time for yourself, right? And so I did that for 3 months, like what he said. And then I started feeling better, right? And then I said, okay, I need to focus more on exercise and then watch what I eat and things like that. And I actually kind of turned everything around. That's when I actually started yoga. Yoga, de-stress and all that. I said, okay, I'm always like going to the gym and rush in to do some, cardio and all that stuff. I need to keep my cardiovascular health and everything. And then I said, okay, Now I'm at a different age now. I should do more, flexibility and things like that. So that's when I took up yoga.
Yoga.
And it's been a blessing in a lot of ways because I was quite flexible, and so I started doing that, and I started kind of turn my life around that way, and so then I got into nutrition. Yeah, because if you want to be healthy, so when you started paying attention to your health because of something happened, then that's you started from like exercise, your lifestyle, and then also sleep. Not
Sleep.
having enough
Yes.
sleep is actually a major, major problem. And when
Right.
you don't have enough sleep, when your stress is high, you don't sleep well. When you don't sleep well, you actually don't have the mental clarity to deal with everything else in life
That's
that
right.
you do it on the daily basis. That would give you even more stress. So it's like a big viscous cycle that keep going on in a loop that you couldn't get out of. So you
Yeah.
need to realize that you need to somehow stop that cycle, and then to say like, okay, reevaluate your life, what's more important, because without health you have nothing.
Nothing.
Look at the
Yes.
kids. Like, I have 3 kids, right? If I just something happened to me, who's going to take care of them? Nobody, right? And then what's going to happen to them, right? And then I become a burden. I cannot take care of them, and I need somebody else to take care of me. And so what's that going to do with the family financial and things like that, right? You just think about it, the impact of somebody's not being healthy in your life. You're talking about health is wealth. That's
Yes.
precisely what it is. Yeah. So it
Yes.
was just that you realize, so I start paying attention to what I do, what I eat and all that, and then kind of de-stress, sleep well, and then started thinking like, I didn't know Christ at that time. Had I known Christ at that time, it would be so much easier like what I am now.
Oh,
Because
nice.
I will have somebody, him have my back. I can go to him anytime and all that, but I wasn't. I was actually on my journey of seeking a spirituality, starting from that moment, from that on, because when I started get my health back and doing yoga and all that stuff and dealing with stress better, and that's when I started get in touch more with my inner self, and that actually years later lead me to Christ. So yeah,
Oh,
it's all like, I think it's a learning journey.
it's all a
Um,
frequency
right,
in your
frequency. Yeah.
life.
So when you get to a certain point where you have to be prepared for it, because
Yes.
without having going through all these pain and stress and all that, you will not get to the next level that you should, that you have the enlightenment for. So basically, I call those suffering as the enlightening tools, or a procedure or process that you have to go through in
Yeah.
order to get to the next level. And that's
That's
what I
right.
went through. So
Yes.
yeah, it is so, now thinking back, I mean, you wonder how you got through all of that, but it was quite scary. It's but this is life, right? You always go
Right.
up and down and all that, but you got to have the faith to know that no matter what happened to you, I mean, you're going to come through. You got to not quit, don't give up, and then always seeking that you could be better, and have faith in yourself that you
That's
will get through no matter what happened. And now, I mean, you believe in God like me now. You have that faith. There's nothing can bother you, no matter what
no.
situation you're in, right, Emmeline? You know, you
Yes.
you can prevail. Seriously,
Right.
Well.
you're gonna
Right.
win. Yeah, it's just a matter of time, yeah. I know
Mm-hmm.
we off subject a little talking about health, but we're talking about mental health here in that
Yes.
sense, and everything else in life, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
Right. And Lynn, this is so important what you talk about, because you know what happened in Tonga, the volcanic eruption and the tsunami. Now the COVID, one of our concern from this program that people might gonna start having mental issues. So what
right,
we are doing right now is like giving out the light and the hope for the people
right,
in Tonga. But one thing for me to explain frequency in a better way,
yeah,
how for me, you know, TV have your own channel, okay? And for us, God have His own channel. And in
yes,
order for you to communicate with God, you have to tune into His channel, you know.
yes,
So and that's how I look. If I don't upgrade myself to the higher level to have a communication with my God. There's no way I can connect that. When you need power, you just go plug in the something to the
Outlet.
wall, the
Hmm.
outlet. Yes, and that's how you connect the power. Without you, not connecting to God, I mean, you need to plug yourself to that. And I love this thing because I can tell. I tell you one thing with me. Prior to this one and the situation I am right now going through this divorce process, it's just like a piece of cake for me right now. I don't even stress out of it. I don't. But Lynn, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Can you read that what you sent to me the other day?
Oh, I need to see because I'm using my phone and it's in the phone. Do you have
Yeah.
it? You can read it
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Like a day ago, I was talking to Lynn, and she gave me this passage here, and I am so like I told Lynn, you gave this to me. I needed this message right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Hmm.
like I
Because
knew what you need, huh?
yes, yes, and that's when we talk about frequency.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. Yeah,
So
you can you find it? You read it?
yeah, I think I can read it from here, because I kind of put it in a big white piece of paper, and it's on my wall. I don't know if you. so so that's what
Okay.
I did. So it says right here, this too shall pass, and until it does, may I move with courage and perfect equanimity. So neither praise nor blame disturb my inner being.
Yes,
So
yes.
that message really, really came to a light for me yesterday, 2 days ago, and I
Right,
really need that message.
right.
So, and one thing I love when you said to me, Lynn, the minute you angry at someone, like
You
for me,
lose.
I every time I talk to my hubby, I am mad because he'll bring out something to make me mad.
Right.
But when you said that to me, it really like triggered me to say, you know what? I'm not gonna let the devil win me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna let the devil win me because the minute I give myself to angry at someone,
Mm-hmm.
that's the minute that I kind of give in to the devil.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that was so powerful. So that was so powerful to me. So that's very important. And this
Yep.
frequency, I can tell my health, I tell you, I can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yep.
metabolism, I know for sure goes up. You know
Right.
why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't get hunger anymore. I don't get thirsty anymore a lot. And then I eat a little bit amount right now. So,
Right.
and I don't eat that much used to be. And I
Right.
can just tell that I'm losing weight already. So I
Yes,
need
I
to go,
did too. Yeah.
yes, I need to go check the scale now to see how much I lose.
Right, right. It actually can do that to you because when your body frequency, when your body actually, the frequency get elevated, energy level get elevated somewhat, you increase because everything else is more efficient, right, in your
Yes.
body. And then so, I actually lost about, I would say like maybe 5, 6 pounds without doing much. It's just do the same thing that I always do, and I eat less, like what you said, and I also don't wear makeup like Brenda did.
I,
you
I
know,
don't
you
I
just
don't even wear makeup either. So
right. I used to, and then when you see your skin like that, you go, oh, why do I need the time for that? So sometimes you just put a little lipstick, with a little color on your face, but
right,
you don't need the foundation and whatnot and all
right,
that kind of stuff.
right.
You just have this confidence to say like, this is me. You know what I mean? And in terms of mental health, I don't even get mad. It's just like no matter what happened, and I wasn't sure if that was from the Lord, or from this thing, but you just feel great all over, like all around. And I think that frequency has something to do with it because with the water inside of you, and when I use this on myself, I'm happy because I know my health is improving, right? And I also know that we can help a lot of people with this. And so it's just wonderful energy all around. And people thank you. I got calls, even though early in the morning, like 5 o'clock, one not asking about the product, but I also got texts and phone calls that people thank me over and over again. And I think that that feelings just make you feel so love, and so that you want to pass on the blessing more to more people. And so with that, I mean, you couldn't get mad for no matter what situation that comes your way. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brenda?
It's mhm.
Brenda, unmute yourself.
God, just a blessing of giving,
Yes.
of just giving,
Right.
and just letting people know that this might help you.
Right.
This might help you. You're not at all going to force them into doing something.
Right.
Right.
You
Right.
know, you already got it, and you
Right.
you want to be part of it. So I want to share my sister. My sister was texting and say how beautiful our program with today
Uh-huh.
with Emeline afternoon, right? And I just forgot to share my testimony with them about the Terra
Mhm.
uh, machine. So I said, okay, I will give her a minute of my time. So I called her. Oh my gosh, she just went. I mean, I explained to her how I would focus the machine and just blow right on where I'm hurting, on my foot. And she was telling me that she fell off. It was an accident where she was crossing, and a car came and hit her, and she
Oof.
flipped and landed. Both her legs was injured. And even though the doctor did not cut it or anything like that, but the medication that they had shot her with and everything, it worked, but it's a temporary uh,
Mhm.
thing. Hey, it just calmed her in a very short time. But now, as I explaining this, and I was telling her how I feel about just a week of using it,
Mhm.
and I'm going at the end of my second week. She
Mhm.
wanted it right now, right away, and I said, okay, I am gonna talk to Line, and Emeline is gonna send you because I'm under her. And so,
Mm.
well, I think I have a list of people in my family right away to it's just a very happy feeling to
Mhm.
know that I'm slowly in disengaging myself from the sugar pills, and for this reason off.
Wow.
If I were to pursue my happiness and my healthiness, right? They both go together. I
Yes.
I would have to take one, and I'm not going to serve two gods here. I'm going to drop one and take the one I know that will keep me healthy. I'm
Right.
going to
Mhm.
drop the sugar pills and just keep what I think it's necessary for me to align with the water and with the exercise. And so I'm going to go back to walking
Mhm.
because my foot will be good.
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
walking is actually very good
Swimming.
in terms
Yeah.
of controlling blood sugar naturally, because you actually burn the sugar.
Yes.
Sugar is in the form of energy when you walk. And even with the medication, with the water and all that, the water makes the medication enhance it. So it actually makes it
Enhance it.
more, yeah, it enhance it, and it actually make it more efficacious, more
Okay.
effective in that way. Yeah. So, and but you need to check your blood sugar, because drinking that water, it would naturally lower the blood sugar because your blood is thinner in that sense,
Mm.
because of the water hydrates very easily because of its property that way. Yeah. And then actually today I went and meet up with a friend, and she's 64, she told me, and she fell sometime last year, October,
Mm.
and on her knee and on the ankle on the other side, and till today was still paining. And she had a little bruise, kind of like a blister kind of a thing. And I was like, what is that? It's black color. And it's a little kind of blister, like a bum. And then I met up with her in her office, and I show her the blower, and I say, okay, so this is what it is. I said the best way is to just blow it, right? So she did, and we did, and we was checking and checking and talking, and I would say like maybe 5-10 minutes later, she swing her leg, she go, huh, and she pressed that little blister, actually went flat on her, and the color changed. And then she touched it, she go, huh, and then she pressed again, she said, no pain. She go, my God. And she go, okay, I think, can this thing help my friend who have sciatica and in another side of the town, like 20 minutes away? She said, can we go see her? And I go, sure. So when we went to see her friend, and her friend actually had that pain shut down on the butt, to the bottom at the left hand side. So I told her, I said, okay, stand there. And I was explaining it, and I was blowing it, right, in general. I said, let's do 10 minutes. So we were just doing, and I got her to drink the water and all that stuff. And I found out she was drinking a reverse osmosis water. She got this bottle from Costco. And as soon as I see that brand, I said, read what it says there. And it says, purified by reverse osmosis. So I told her reverse osmosis means zero mineral. I said, if you drink it for too long, your body actually depleting the minerals, because your blood is actually 7.2 pH. It has to be more slightly alkaline, and RO water seems doesn't have any mineral at all. And when you drink it over time for long term, to maintain that pH, the body has to leach out minerals. Now, what part of your body has the most mineral? Bones. Your bones. And then so you're leaching out. And then so I said, try drink. Your tap water is actually better than your bottled water. And she was like, really? And I spend more money on this or something that is actually more harmful for me? I said, uh-huh. So she started open up the tap water and then mix some with the RO water, and then I charge it and she drink it. And then so we did that. I was just using the one top. She was standing up, so from the head to the bottom, and keep doing that, and then focus more on the hip area where it was painful. And then after 10 minutes, I said, can you squat down, up and walk and all that? She go, wow, I don't feel the pain. So the day before, she was in pain, she could walk. So you see, so I explained to her, I said, you got blockages, you got maybe inflammation, and when the blockages is removed, then the circulation improve, and so you don't feel the pain. So that's what I did today. 2 people, and they really was, wow, they didn't think there's such a thing, right? Yeah. So it was very like, when people have pain and all that, and I just explain a little and charge the water, let them drink it and do that. And needless to say, both of them each get the machine. So yeah.
Brenda, because our time is almost running out, can you read what we have on the screen, and then any final word, because we are almost running out of time. So
Okay. This is from Lifey also. It says, Lynn, that is a beautiful story. Thanks for sharing your life journey with all.
You're welcome.
It is highly motivational to all listeners.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
And then life, you will get your machine. You better be calling so we can get you
Oh,
signed up.
he will. He
Brenda
will.
will do that.
Yes, he will.
And then I have another message over here. I'm not.
Oh, okay. This is Stephanie Boyle. VOM Red. What's that mean?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe you can write it again to us, Stephanie, and thank you for joining us. Lynn, any testimony on diabetic before we go? Because Brenda talked about this. She has the type 2. Any testimony on diabetic?
I on the water itself, there were a lot, because there was one guy that I actually helped reduce his blood sugar from 170 down to about 120, and then with just the water. He was just only drinking the water, and then only months later, with the blower and stuff like that. He actually now his sugar is not sometimes 110. He's about 60, and yeah, and he travels a lot, and so about 110. And the doctor thinks that at his age and everything else, even at 130 is okay. And he's trying to
Yes.
get it below 130. So he actually maintained it that way.
Yeah.
He's maintained it at 130. Yeah. I would like to see it lower if possible. So hopefully with this introduction of the blower, that would actually get it. But I haven't checked with him to see if he had any success on that one. But
Yeah.
I know it actually can, because when the body repairs itself with this natural sunlight and whatnot, with the terahertz frequency, it would actually do that. It would actually do that. But you need to keep an eye on that blood sugar
Yes.
number. Yeah. You don't want to go too low. You don't want to go too low.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've gone through
Awesome.
that low. Yeah.
That's awesome, Lynn, and we thank you for your time, and we appreciate
Yes.
it.
Thank you for helping me.
Yes, you're welcome, Lynn. For more information on this little Terra machine, my number is over there. Give us a call so we can get you that information you needed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Brenda and I are both using this one, and thank you, Lynn, for sharing that blessing with us. You know,
You're
and I have my
welcome.
water right here. I tell you, uh, I used to be drinking water, but at the same time, there's a point that I can't drink too much water. But now, every time I come into the show, I have my water charged already. You know,
Right.
so
And
Yep.
having Lynn every now and then is very motivational, like how Lifey would say, very motivational,
yes,
because
Right.
it's empowering people to have options in their life without
yes,
having to take 700 pills, right?
Oh
Because then
God.
you'd be taken to the morgue. Yeah.
and then and also we want to thank you, Lynn, for donating that water machine and
Yes.
one TerraCare machine for Tonga. And then I know
Yeah.
we're shipping that to Tonga as soon as
Right. Mm-hmm.
figure out that post office, address in Tonga. So thank you.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. I
and
have to go get the one with the 220, because in Tonga is 220,
Yes.
and
oh
here
Yes.
in
yeah.
America we use 110. So I have
Right.
to drive to my friend to pick up some different for Tonga. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
appreciate that, and thank you
Yeah.
so much for donating that to Tonga. That will make some people in Tonga happy with a good drinking water when as soon
Yes.
as Dr.
Yes.
Ray will be receiving this. And thank you so much, Lynn.
You're welcome. You're
Hey,
welcome.
Lynn,
Yeah.
before
Hmm.
we close, I want to share with you. You know, I laugh when I lay down and relax. I feel sometimes a little pinchy feeling. I said, "Oh, that nerve is waking up somewhere." Feel,
Yeah.
I feel just like a little, like something is,
Something. Yeah. Pricking
yeah,
you. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. And I thought, "Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
this is
And I
really
think
wonderful."
I think if you think about it, we have about 63,000 miles of vein and capillary and arteries and everything combined. And so when you use this thing, occasionally you can have something like blockages that get removed here and there. So that's why you feel the spark somewhere. That's my explanation. Like,
Sparks, that's
a
it.
spark, like what happened here? Oh God, what? So all these funny sensation is just to say that things started to move,
Sensation,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's like tuning up the car. Tuning up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
tuning up the car. Yeah,
and
Right.
and definitely we all need tune up, huh?
the
Right,
spark
we
plugs,
do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
good oil,
Everything. Yeah.
everything. Yes, yes.
Okay, we're gonna bring up a song to end this program, and thank you so much, Lynn.
Thank you.
Oh,
This
Bye-bye.
is a Tongan
bye,
song. Thank
Lynn.
you, Lynn.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
bye. All right.
I was playing Holaka
Oh,
Blow myself. And I needed it. Pegalavat tau programa ki he pōne, ko Emeline whaamunite, mō mea.
Malo, mo mea mai, mo po uria, toa e ke o whātu.